Hey y'all, hey. I am coming to y'all today with a new video. Please go subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification button so you can be in the mix of what's going on, y'all. I was looking into something the other day, and it was referencing healing. And so when I'm like talking to you guys about us getting on this healing journey and getting into a better place for the ones we're raising and who's watching us, I just want to keep on giving perspectives that reach people and ways that they can get closer to that. And so I had seen a thing talking about each new version of yourself was created to save the last. And it really got my mind going on, if childhood Tasha had me, where would she be? Where would she be? Okay. But unfortunately I didn't, and that's what has raised me into the woman I am, to be that for me and whoever I'm rearing. So I want you guys to really think about that, like to break your trauma down in pieces. So like 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. Those are such drastic jumps in what you were going through, who you were, and the capabilities you felt like you had to protect yourself or the ones around you. And I know, as coming from it and trying to heal things up, that sometimes we'll blame ourselves for the things we went through or the things that we couldn't help other people with. But we were in something we couldn't fathom. Like when you're going through trauma or heartache, your mind, your heart, your soul, you can't fathom why things will be happening to you the way they are. So you go through this first process, 0 to 5, and it just breaks my heart because nobody deserves trauma. Nobody in any age range. But to think that it starts that young for some of us, it really breaks my heart because it did for me. And I just can't imagine what could be in a person to cause somebody so young harm. But it's real, and we have to face that. So 0 to 5, any trauma you experienced, that 5 to 10-year-old started getting, what's the word I'm looking for? Hopefully it'll come to me, but you start building up a tolerance for what you have gone through and how to deal in that. So, you start building these walls up. You start building these walls up. Even being so young, you're just trying to calculate how to get through this life. That's what we really do. We build up tolerances for things, and we start getting coping mechanisms is the word I was looking for. We start getting coping mechanisms that would... Bird trying to interrupt my thing. Or maybe he's trying to gas me up. Who knows? Okay, so we start getting coping mechanisms for how to deal with things. And this coping mechanism will get us through our regular life that we're living, the trauma that we're in. But it does something really cynical to our worldview. It does something so cynical to our worldview because now we start seeing people as that. Like, oh, I need to protect myself in this way because this is how people would treat me. So then that 5 to 10, trying to grow and blossom and learn and just deal, because you're not even in the space to heal if you don't have anybody around you trying to teach you that. So you're just dealing, You get to that 10, 15 stage, and you start feeling yourself, start feeling like whoever raised me and start getting resentful about what they have done, because now you're aware in a way that even if you don't know that it's not normal, because it's your normal, even in a way, if you don't know that it's normal, you're in a space to start bucking back at it, if that's the right word for it. Bucking back at the feeling of, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Like, why do you feel comfortable treating me like this? Why would you create me and make me feel less? Or why would you set me up for a world that I'm not properly prepared for? And it starts giving us a sense of entitlement. Like, oh, I get to act like this because of who these people were to me and how they treated me. And even if we don't go pushing forward, like I'm going to be that, we get a sense of entitlement that I can lash out. I can cuss you out. I can talk to you any kind of way because this is the environment I was created in and I have to learn to survive in that. And so 15 to 20, we're growing, taking on more responsibility, becoming adults. You know, those are the years where you're creating what your life is about to look like. And I think that's the place where we really sit in the hurt we felt. A lot of us by then had children, and had just kind of hit the wall of pain. Like, we were just so... I got so submerged in it. Maybe I need to speak from a personal perspective. I got so submerged in my pain in that point of my life that I literally would be like, I'm karma. Okay? Like, I was at the point where I really felt like whoever meets me in this place will never forget to never treat people wrong. That's what I really thought I was doing. Like, yeah, if anybody else made you feel uncomfortable to the point that you can move like this in the world, it's gonna stop with me. Okay? I'm not having it. Like, it is about to stop with me because I'm gonna remind you that you will meet whoever you think you are. That's what I felt like. I'm like, yeah, nah, God using me. God using me to straighten y'all out in the world. Like, however you feel comfortable dealing with people, not today, not with me. And I can't say that it didn't do something for my it did something for lifting stuff off of me, but not in a healthy way. I was just like, no, I'm not having it. I'm about to go off. And the fact that you didn't cross me today, I feel better. I feel better. I feel better in today. I'm going to go about thinking about like, oh yeah, girl, you shut that shit down. And they're going to be better people. Is that true? Who knows? Probably not. There's probably somebody that I got into in that time. Like, yeah, girl, I cuss some more people out. I put my hands on somebody after that. Or whatever they do, you know. But it did something for me. It did something for me to be able to speak to whoever was doing me wrong. And that now I had a stance in it that you couldn't. I'm an adult now. I have a voice. I have power in my being. And I'm not having it. You're not going to do me like that. And 20 to 25. 20 to 25. I think in just the heartache, I thought the newfound power I had would deter. When it didn't, Lord, take me now. When me me getting that power and being able to speak for myself didn't take away the pain that I was still encountering. It put me in a whole nother whirlwind of trauma that I couldn't see coming. I couldn't see it coming. But instead of dealing in it, I just started getting faded, okay? I was turning up all the time. I now had a job where I was getting good money. I was going on vacations. I was just really just distracting myself from my life and doing whatever I could to just keep the fun thriving, keep the good time rolling, so I didn't have to think about why I felt so alone when I got home. And on my 23rd birthday, everything just got shook. I woke up that morning and looked in the mirror at myself and just broke down. I broke. On my 23rd birthday, I broke. And it was because whatever good time I was having, it never took the pain away. It never took away the pain that I was feeling. And that morning, I had just realized that although I had never been suicidal, I had put myself in some very dangerous and reckless situations because I didn't care about living. Like, when you go through so much trauma and all that is in front of you is that day, I realized I did not care about living. And I felt something towards myself for that. Like, girl, yeah, you really could have you did put yourself in predicaments that could have caused your death. Just being around people I didn't know, drinking with them, staying the night with men that I had no business touching me. Like, and that's from 32-year-old Tasha speaking. When I was 21, 22, like, I didn't feel like I was in a dangerous predicament. I felt like I was chasing just to feel good around people. Like, I was just chasing a love I never had, but I wasn't even meeting love. I was meeting people that conveniently would deal with me in those moments. And we have to get in a better place so we can address that we did it and teach better. That we can be in a place where we're healed all that bullshit up, so when we can identify it, we can see it in our children, our nieces, our nephews, and get ahead of them. Get ahead of them in a way where you don't have to live the pain we live because we did not know how to address it. That's what we did. We lived through that kind of pain because our parents and grandparents didn't know how to address it. They were in such a survival mode of trauma and pain that all they were doing is trying to stay afloat. Just trying to stay afloat. And we also have to take that on so we can let go of the resentment, hate, and grudges that we holding against them, because that's also stopping us from our growth. It's stopping us because we using all that space for love, light, and growth to hate, hold vengeance, and really plot on like how you don't even deserve my air. Like, when we using all that energy to be like, you don't deserve this, you ain't got to say none of that. You don't have to say nothing to nobody that ever did you wrong. You think about what it's doing to you in your life and you act accordingly. You don't have to go around people telling them how they don't deserve you. Stop going around them. Stop doing things that are putting you back into a triggered place. If you are in a situation that is constantly triggering you, it is now on you to make a choice to get up out of it. Get up out of it. We got to take our power back. After 20, we no longer can put this shit on nobody else. We can't put it on nobody else. We sit there and want to hold grudges about our childhood. You done had 20 years of life on your own, 15 years of life, 10 years of life on your own, and you still trying to hold that your life ain't going right because of what somebody else did. When do you become accountable for it? When do we become accountable for what we're sitting in every day and how miserable our lives are? We have to get to a point where we are no longer comfortable with blaming somebody for what we're dealing in. When you start being like, what part do I have to play in it? What part is this of me that I'm still getting told off, that I'm still getting cheated on, that I'm still getting belittled, that I'm still getting made to feel small? We got to start getting to a point where we like, damn, this is happening because I'm showing up here every day. Damn, this is happening because I'm answering your call. Damn, this is happening because I'm replying to your message when I know you're on trash with me. We are able to identify people in a crazy way. And the only reason I know that is because how bad y'all talk about each other. That's how I know you can identify when something going strange. I was really in a place for a while like, we in so much trauma, we can't even see it. We've been going through so much trauma that we can't even see that it's trauma no more. But the way we gossip and sit and talk about each other, it's like, no, you aware. You aware. Because you can sit up and talk shit about them. You can sit up and go to somebody else and tell them how they not living their life right. So we're very aware when things are going wrong. We're just not accountable to ourselves to be like, it's going wrong because I'm allowing it. How dare you feel comfortable sitting up gossiping about your family when you're sitting in there every day? You gonna gossip, but be right back over there on Sunday. You gonna talk shit about them, but be right over there telling them, yeah, you about to talk shit about them, but ain't got no aid for them. Ain't got no help, ain't got no encouragement, but you can talk shit. We got to get better. We got to get better about how we moving around each other. Because if there's somebody that you constantly need to talk shit about, you either need to put forth every effort you got in your body to help them be in a better place or leave it the fuck alone. You're not talking shit because you care about people. You're not gossiping about people because you care about them. You doing that because you feel justified sitting on your high horse saying, I'm in a better place than y'all is. What's that doing? What's that helping anything? Because you know what's happening? Your children, your nieces and nephews is watching you speak about your loved ones like that. And that's what this programming in their mind. Like, yeah, trust me. That's what we programming. For everybody to get in a selfish survival state. Because they growing up and being like, this is what was told to me was love. I heard them saying they love each other every day and they treated each other like that. I heard them saying they love each other every day and went around gossiping about them. I heard them say I love each other every day and really talking about how you hoping they downfall. That's the love that we're teaching with all this bullshit that's going on, and we gotta stop it. We got to embody every aspect of love that we want to feel, that we want to see, that we want to share. Embody it with every piece of our being to the point where when you go to gossip, you choke. It won't even come out your mouth because you're not there no more. When you go to speak something hateful, you check yourself. When you done completely healed, you don't need nobody to be accountable to. Cause you know you under the Creator and you a piece of something. You never feel so comfortable in a place to speak down on other people because you like, it could have been me. We need to get to a place where when we go to speak on something, just think of a decision. A decision changed that from being you. Homelessness. Addictions, broken marriages, broken families, not being able to hold down a job. Like, we were raised with these people. You know exactly what it is. You know exactly what it is that clicked different from them to you. And instead of being grateful, instead of being so grateful that it wasn't you that slipped up and made that mishap, you got the nerve to feel the audacity to sit back and talk about somebody else. We got to do better. We have to do better, because the fact that we so comfortable speaking on each other in the way we do, how can we be mad when anybody else does it? How can we even be mad when somebody else does it when we so comfortable trashing each other? I want us to really get to a place of healing. You didn't have what you needed in your childhood. I know it. I lived it. You didn't have it. You didn't have what you needed to teach you to carry yourself properly as a teenage girl. You didn't, or boy, because I'm tired of it being one-sided, that we're speaking to the women or the men. We all lived through this trauma of molestation, neglect, abandonment. We all lived through it. And it has shaped us in ways that we are not conducive to ourselves anymore. We have to be conducive to our community healing up and getting better. And so, yeah, we were not given, men and women, we were not given the proper guidance. We weren't given the proper guidance. We weren't given the steps to process through our emotions. We weren't given the mentality that ain't nobody gonna hold me down. We wasn't given that. But we're aware that we weren't given it. We can list everything somebody did wrong, fell short on, did not give us. But for some reason, we can't address that in ourselves. We can't see now that the same way our mom and dad was moving with us and saying, I did the best I could, that we're doing the same thing. We're not even aware of it, that we're doing the same exact thing. And I got this from talking to my mother. I sat down and had a talk with my mom and my dad last year. And because I knew that there was something I was still missing. There was something I was missing that still not allowing me to have what I wanted to have as far as marriage and family and a successful life. Even outside of that, just being successful, feeling successful in myself of what I'm doing and how I'm moving. And I talked to my mom and my dad, but I think I connected with what my mother was saying to me, because although my dad left and abandoned us, I had to sit in my mother's pain. And she was talking to me and was saying, that she did the best she could, And I asked her, you were at the hands of an abusive parent. How could you think you was doing better when what hurt you from them you did to us? And she told me, whatever my dad tried to get out of me, I knew you had it in you. And she was trying to get something out of me that my community wasn't ready for. My family structure wasn't ready for. My small town wasn't ready for. But I always knew that I wasn't going to be there. I always knew that from a child. I knew something was going to happen where I was going to walk away from everything I was raised in. And so to hear that perspective from her really put me on what we took away from slavery. Like, I think we're still running off of that in a way that I knew my mama was crazy, okay? So it wasn't that I was outright speaking back or being disrespectful in that way. But I always laugh because I say when God created me, he gave me something to force me to be honest. And it's my facial expression. Now, I can tell you anything. You know, I'm calculated enough to think like, oh, they're not going to receive what I'm saying, you know. But whenever something is said to me, my face says it before I ever have to speak a word. And so I think my mother was scared of that. You know, it caused a lot of havoc between us. But, you know, for you to not even have to say anything and people feel your thoughts from the small town I was raised in, I can see I can see what she was saying about maybe that not really thriving there, you know. Because people don't want to. People that don't want to hear you don't want to hear you, okay? They don't want to hear nothing you saying. They don't want to care. They don't want to care that you disagree. They don't want your opinion. They don't want it. So I could see how she thought that might be a problem. And it has been a problem for me. Even in my adult life, my relationships, everything. They like, damn. Why are you looking at me like that? You know? And it's because I had to stay authentic to myself. That's something God knew. Whoever created me knew that that's something I needed. Because whether I wanted to be honest or not, or whether I wanted to stand in something or not, I could not avoid it. Because my face was about to say something that my words would never be really able to backstep. And so to come to that understanding of like, even because I don't know if anybody, my mother was my first bully. I felt that. And it was because she was raised from a bully that she, I don't even know that she really navigated that. It was traumatic. I don't even know that it triggered in her mind that what she was doing was traumatic, because she felt like she had raised her hand a little bit. She wasn't her father, you know. And it just really made me sit back. And I thought I had forgiven my parents, you know. I really thought I had forgiven them, but in that moment of sitting down with both of them, I realized it was a lot of hurt still there, a lot of pain still there that I needed to work through. And I needed to speak with my mother, but to see my father. My father came to my house and actually I had seen him before. Me and my dad was living in the same city and I had no idea. And it really did something to me because I'm like, well, you knew I lived here. So I just wasn't sure why he would feel comfortable with me being able to run into him anywhere. I could have seen him at the gas station, the grocery store, driving up the street, and I really would have been looking like, dang, is that my dad? Like, that really broke my heart to feel that. Like, he didn't even have that kind of forethought to think, like, yeah, I should give her a heads up, I'm here in case she sees me, And when I finally seen him, I didn't recognize him. It had been so many years, and yeah, life had happened. And seeing my dad, everything that I wanted to say, everything I wanted to just get off, like, oh, you gonna listen to me now? I got the time to speak. Everything that I wanted to get off, when I seen him, everything just dropped. And I just thought, like, dang, he done got old and I don't know him. I just wrapped my arms around my dad and said, ain't it crazy that it's been 15 years and you held me like this? And yeah, that kind of just brought me to like a child again. It just, all the resentment, all the anger, everything I felt just got sad. It just got sad for him. It just got sad in a way where I thought, like, who wants to feel that? Who wants to walk up to their child and they don't recognize them? Who wants to feel that they have created people that don't want to talk to them, don't feel comfortable being around them, don't feel safe and secure in their presence? Who wants to feel that? And it really just made me sit back and look at my parents like trauma and pain also got them here. Got them to a place where they feel alone and abandoned by their children. And I'm not here to tell you how to fix it because I'm still working on my fix, I sit in a place a lot of times thinking, like, I think what's held me off so long is I felt guilt about not having that to offer. Me looking for a healthy man that had grandparents for my children and didn't have that to offer on my end. Like, I didn't feel safe with my parents, and well, why would I trust them with my children, kind of thing. And it held me off for a long time. I didn't even know that was really what was holding me off until we sat down. And I just thought, like, dang, that's crazy. That's so crazy that something that wasn't even in the front of my mind, like where I'm like, oh no, forget them. I'll never give them any life, family, or love. Like, I wasn't really thinking that. I was just really going through something internally. So bring that all back to say that we have to forgive. We have to let it go because I don't know that any of us were created to hate, cause trauma in our families, and sit at the end of that and be like, look what I did. Like, my mind can't wrap around that people are okay in that space, And I I'm not going to be. I'm not okay in that space. So maybe people are, but I'm not okay in that space. And I'm ready to release all this shit so I can just be the best, okay? I'm trying to be the best friend, the best sister, the best wife, the best mother, the best neighbor. Like, I am trying to kill it, okay? Kill it at being the best. I'm like, I'm about to fuck it up at being the best, okay? So, I don't know about y'all, but that's where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get some community, so I hope that's what y'all trying to get to so we can be around each other, because this space really trying to make me isolate. Okay, it's feeling real alone out here. it's feeling real alone out here because I just got into a space where I can't even entertain it for you. Okay, like I'm at a place where I'm like, I don't want it. I ain't having. If the relationship ain't working out or it's not conducive to me growing and being a better person, I'm not trying to have it. If my friendships aren't being part of me growing and being a better person, I'm not trying to have it. I'm not trying to hold conversations with people that want to be on Gossip and Mess. Like, I don't want any part of any of that. I don't want it. I don't want it in my life, not at all. Okay, like I'm trying to be solution based. I'm trying to calculate what we need to do, and I really think it's healing. Like, I really think it's healing. I don't think we need the finances, we need this, and I'm like, if we heal, we ain't gonna care about none of this shit. Like, if we get back to our pure essence, we ain't gonna care about no name brands, we ain't gonna care about that money stacking up. We gonna get self-sufficient again, we gonna start growing our food, we gonna start looking after each other again, we gonna start building community and love and peace and respect. That's what I'm looking for out here, okay? That's what I'm looking for. And I really think that once we get to a place where we all looking for that same thing, it's going to be a beautiful thing, okay? It's going to be so beautiful. And I feel it coming, y'all. Like, I don't know who else out here, like, I feel it in the air. Oh, I feel the synergy. Okay, I feel the synergy. I'm like, it's so close. It's so close. I'm trying to get myself together for next year. Okay, I'm not walking into the next year talking about New Year resolutions. It's happening right now. Everything I need to be doing to correct myself is happening right now. So I'm just gonna be ready. I'm ready to walk into 2023. I'm ready to walk into 33 like everything. Okay. I'm trying to be prepared and ready because everything is meant for me is coming next year. I'm telling you. Let me speak this to y'all because everything that my heart has been yearning for, my heart's desire, it's coming in 2023, y'all. 2022 was definitely for the preparation, okay? We had to get preparing for something, okay? And I don't know what's coming. They're talking about a lot of stuff. It's none of my business, okay? Because I'm walking into everything that's for me. Alignment is happening, and it feels so good. It feels so good. And if any of you guys have been watching since I started the page in 2018, I hope you see the growth in the glow, okay? I hope you see it because I feel it. I know I'm in everything that I'm supposed to be walking in right now. And, powerful knows, okay? Powerful knows. I think that was the first step. Stop going and doing stuff because people ask and you feel bad about not showing up for other people. Show up for you. Please, 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 please show up for you. Do whatever you need to do to get a peace of mind that day. Don't go to a holiday function that you don't want to be around certain people. Stay home. Stay home because anybody care about seeing you that day, you'll see them. That's a word. That's a word. So, I just want to end this showing all the gratitude to everything that's coming in alignment for me. Creator, universe, ancestors, all y'all. Thank you so much. I am so grateful to everything that is falling in alignment for me. And it's because I have really registered in my whole being that I am part of something bigger. It's not, this life ain't even about me. It's about who I'm supposed to be here in the place with all y'all, okay? With everybody, with this grass, this weather, these trees. I am one of something hugely working together. And I know it. And because I'm at peace with that and not self-centered, okay, get off that self-centered shit, y'all. It's not gonna get you nowhere. I mean, it might get you the dollars you want, but when you get to them dollars, you're gonna realize your life ain't it. A word. But it is what it is. Everybody got their own path. I'm not telling you yours is wrong and that you're not doing the right thing. If you hear me, you hear me. That's it, that's all. Just out here trying to show us what we deserve. I know I deserve it. Y'all deserve it. And we about to get there, y'all. I love you.